Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aima Ecom Ranswali. I am a foundation level student at Rahan School, Rawalpindi campus. Today I am going to talk with Maya on the topic. Okay, so I have a few questions for Maya, and Maya will give me the answers. So let's start.
Hey, Ima, what's new?
Okay, so Maya, I have some question for you on the topic. Okay.
Ah, gotcha. Shame on me. What about okay are you curious about?
Yes. Okay. So my first question is that what does the word okay mean?
Right. So, okay. It's kind of weird how much we rely on that little word, huh? Basically, it signals acknowledgement, like, I hear you or I understand. But it's also super flexible. It can mean agreement, acceptance, or just a neutral response. People use it to buy themselves time to think too, or to kind of gently move a conversation along. It's a lot for one little word. What made you start thinking about it?
Okay, so my second question is that why do people use okay instead of okay?
That's a good one. You mean why do people stretch it out? Okay. It's all about tone, I think. A drawn out okay usually means someone's skeptical, hesitant, or maybe a little annoyed. It's like they're saying okay, but without actually saying the but. It adds a layer of meaning that just a plain okay doesn't have. It's a little passive aggressive, honestly. But does that resonate with what you've noticed?
Okay, so my next question is that is okay is formal or informal?
That's a smart question. Okay is surprisingly neutral, actually. It's not super formal like affirmative, but it's definitely not slang. It's pretty versatile. You could use it with your boss, your best friend, or even a stranger. It's generally considered pretty safe in most situations. Though leaning into formality, some folks might prefer very well in a really professional setting. But
Okay.
okay is a solid all rounder. What do you think? Does it feel formal or informal to you? I'm curious. I've heard people use it both ways depending on how they say it.
Okay, so my next question is that can okay be used in professional message? Why or why not?
Definitely. Okay is totally fine in a professional message. It's concise and clear, which is good for work communication. But it depends on the context, of course. You wouldn't start a formal letter with just okay, but ending an email with okay, great, let's move forward, or okay, sounds good is perfectly acceptable. It's about reading the room, you know? Keeps things from feeling too stiff, but doesn't sacrifice professionalism. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is that when is it appropriate to use okay to okay?
You're digging into the nuances of okay pretty deep, which is kind of fascinating. When is it appropriate? That's tricky. Pretty much anytime you want to acknowledge something, signal agreement, or end a conversation thread. It's a Swiss Army knife of words. But
Okay.
avoiding it might be good when you need to show genuine empathy or enthusiasm. Okay can come across as a bit lukewarm in those situations.
Okay,
Though,
so
honestly,
my
most
next
of the
question
time it's
is
perfectly fine.
that how do people usually respond to okay? Okay.
That's a really good observation. That's sweet of you to say. I'm glad you're enjoying our chat. So, back to how people respond to okay. Usually with another okay, honestly. It can become a little circular, like a conversational ping pong match. Some people will add a great or a sounds good to show a bit more enthusiasm. Others might just move on to the next topic.
Okay, so my next question is that
It
what
really
moods
depends
can the word okay switch?
on the Whoa, that's a big question. You're jumping from okay to the fundamentals of human emotion, huh? I see you. It's definitely true that okay can feel
So my next question
emotionally
is
flat. It's a
that
verb.
how is okay used in text and compared to speaking?
Okay, now you're layering in how medium changes things. Good point. Okay, and text can feel even more detached than when spoken, I think. When you say it, there's, of course, glad I could help unravel the mystery of okay with you. It's actually been a
Okay,
surprisingly
so
interesting conversation.
my next question is that is okay used more by teenager or adults? Why?
Whoa, hold up. That's a pretty big shift in topic. Are you asking if it's okay to share your phone or computer with other people? Or is there something else you meant by your own advice? Just want to make sure I'm on the right track.
Okay, so my next question is that is okay considered polite in a
You're losing me a
conversation?
little bit.
Is okay considered polite in a
Oh, that's a
conversation?
really okay. You're getting at whether okay is a strong enough response. That's really kind of you to say. It's nice to hear you're enjoying our conversation, Ima. But getting back to your question about
Okay,
politeness,
okay.
okay
So my
can
next
feel a
question is
little minimal.
that what is the origin of the word okay?
Just a sec, looking that up. It's a good question. So, it actually started as a joke. Back in 1839 in Boston, people were intentionally misspelling all correct as all correct and then shortening that to okay. It kind of blew up during a presidential election when supporters used it as a slogan for Martin Van Buren, who was nicknamed Old Kinderhook. There are other
Okay,
theories, but that's the most widely.
okay. So my next
Does that
question is
origin story surprise you at all?
that how can okay be used to end a conversation politely?
You're back to how okay functions in conversation. I'm gonna go to well, it was nice chatting about okay with you, Emma. Have a good time with the camera.
Okay, so my next question is that what is the difference between okay and all right?
Pulling up
My next question is
something.
that what is the difference between okay and all right?
Okay, so Manecos isn't a recognized breed. Red simply refers to the the fur color, ginger or orange, and all red cats are actually tabby cats with stripes. Red can show up in a lot of different breeds.
Okay, so my next question is that can okay sometimes mean disagreement? How?
Right. You mean your sister sometimes uses okay in a way that signals she actually disagrees? That's common. It's usually about the tone of voice, like we were talking about earlier. A flat or drawn out okay can be a polite way of saying, I don't agree, or I'm not thrilled about this without being confrontational. It's a bit passive, honestly, but lots of people use it that way.
Okay, so my next question is that why do people add emojis with the word okay, like okay?
That's a good observation. People add emojis to okay to clarify the tone, I think. okay is different than okay, right? Emojis add emotional context that the word itself often lacks. It's about softening a
Okay.
potentially neutral or even
Okay. So my next question is that
anything else on your
how
mind,
do
Ava?
different yes. So my next question is how do different cultures use the word okay, or different countries?
That's actually a really interesting question. Okay, looking that up,
Hello, can you hear me, Maya? Hello.
oh, all right. Hi, Ima.
So
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, just getting my bearings. Everything's okay. What's up?
my next question is that how do different countries or cultures use the word okay?
Let me just quickly look that up.
Okay.
Okay, it's pretty widespread. Okay is understood basically everywhere, even if other languages have their own words for it, like vale in Spain or d'accord in France. It's become this global loanword. There are spelling variations too, like okay or okie. Interestingly, it
Okay.
started as a joke misspelling in the US back in the 1830s, and the origin might even be tied to Native American languages. But
Okay.
generally, it means pretty much the same thing. Everything's all right almost everywhere you go. Is there
Okay.
anything else about okay you're wondering about? Or
Uh,
are you ready to move on
yes.
to a different topic?
Yes, I have more questions on the topic. Okay, so my next question is in Korea, how we say okay?
Just a quick look of more meaning. Great coming.
Okay, so my next question is one word like okay help reduce arguments? How?
That's surprisingly insightful. You're asking if okay can de escalate conflict? It absolutely can. Saying okay, even if you don't fully agree, signals that you're listening and acknowledging the other person's viewpoint, which can often diffuse tension. That doesn't solve the problem, but it can buy you both time to cool down and communicate more effectively. It's a low stakes way of showing respect.
Okay. So my next question is that how do friendly usually react when someone says okay?
That really depends on the friend, doesn't it? A close friend will likely read the tone and body language alongside the okay. A genuine, enthusiastic okay is different from a flat, dismissive one. Most friends will probably just take it at face value, unless there's a history of passive aggression. They might ask a clarifying question like, are you sure you're okay with that? If they sense hesitation.
Okay, so my next question is that how is okay used to show agreement?
Okay, shows agreement because it signifies acceptance. When someone asks a question or proposes an idea and you respond with okay, it's a quick way of saying yes, I agree to that, or yes, I understand and accept your proposal. It's less formal than saying yes, I agree, but it communicates the same core message. It's efficient. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is that what is the meaning of okay cool?
Ah, that's a good one. Okay, cool is a very specific vibe. It's basically saying, I acknowledge what you said and I'm not opposed to it. It's a low key way of showing acceptance, often with a hint of casualness. It doesn't necessarily mean someone is thrilled, but they're fine with it. It's often used to end a conversation quickly and move on. A bit non committal, honestly.
Okay, so my next question is that how do teachers use okay to get attention?
Oh, that's a smart observation. Teachers will often use okay or okay class as a verbal cue to regain attention, particularly after a discussion or group activity. It's a simple way to signal, let's move on, or quiet down, I have something to say. It's kind of like a reset button. Do you remember teachers doing that when you were in school?
Okay, so my next question is that how does okay became a question?
You're right to notice that, okay, as a question is interesting. It's a little bit of a linguistic shortcut when said with rising intonation, like you're genuinely asking. It means, do you agree? Or is that acceptable to you? It's a way of checking for understanding and agreement without actually forming a full question. It implies a request for confirmation. It's super common.
Okay, so my next question is that why is okay easy for English learners?
That's really perceptive. Okay is easy for English learners because it's short, simple, and universally understood. It doesn't have complicated grammar and it functions in lots of different situations. It's a great first word to learn for basic communication because it lets you signal that you're listening and understanding, even if you don't have a wider vocabulary yet. Plus, it's used across so many cultures, they've probably already encountered it.
Okay, so my next question is that what does okay but usually mean?
Ooh, good one. Okay, but is a classic. It usually signals disagreement or hesitation. The but immediately negates the okay, implying I hear you, but I have a concern, or I understand, but I'm not entirely on board. It's the polite way of saying I disagree or using a counterpoint. It's rarely a genuinely positive statement.
Okay, so my next question is that can okay be used to solve small arguments? How?
Yes, absolutely. Okay can be surprisingly effective in resolving small arguments. Saying, okay, you're right, or okay, let's do it your way can de escalate a situation quickly. It demonstrates a willingness to compromise, even if you don't entirely agree, and that can often be enough to move past a minor disagreement. It's about prioritizing a relationship over winning the argument.
Okay, so thank you so much, Maya, for your time.
You're very welcome, Aima. I really enjoyed our
Okay, so viewers, this is our today's talk with Maya on the topic. Okay, so we will meet again with another talk with Maya. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan. Rehan School Zindabad.